we're going to do this quick quiz. So what it is, this is just a picture of cellular respiration, of the process. I've left a few steps out. I've drawn pretty much everything on here for you, so I'm going to want you to fill out the parts that are not left. Label a few things. There's some arrows pointing to certain parts of what we've talked about. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me, and I can explain anything to you. So let's get those passed out. Okay. All right, so go ahead and get started on that. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll leave this part so you guys can see it. You have a question?
No, not yet.
Okay. Let's see, how are we doing?
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Can you go over glycosis one more time for me?
Sure. So, this is the process, glycolysis.
Glycolysis.
When the glucose is first coming through this channel, it's made up of 6 carbons, right?
Yes.
And they're all bonded together. And we need to break them into 2 smaller bonds. At the end, we're going to get 2 pyruvates.
Pyruvate.
Do you remember what a pyruvate is?
3 carbons.
Yep, exactly. So a pyruvate is 3 carbons bonded together. So what we're going to do is we are going to initially break that middle bond. So what comes out of that middle bond when we break it?
The energy.
In the form of 2 electrons.
Electrons.
And where are those electrons stored?
In that.
The NADH.
Oh, NADH.
Okay. So we have N, A, D, and the electrons go right in here between the D and the H. But energy is also released in the form of a very important thing. And this guy, it's 3 letters.
APT.
ATP. Yep, exactly. In the form of ATP. So then, our other product is 2 pyruvates.
Okay.
So that's what glycolysis is. Then these pyruvates are what move on into the citric acid cycle.
Okay.
Good question. Thank you.
Thank you. have a question.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the class, you talked about the glucose.
Right here, right here?
Yes. Where is that? Where is that is stored? Is it in the cell or?
Oh, that's a very good question. So there's a part that I forgot to draw. I'm really sorry. That are these little circle guys. And they almost have these little fingers attached to them. And then they have other ones coming the opposite direction. So they have little fingers coming this way. So these boxes right here, this is the cell wall. And this right here is the lipid membrane. It's also known as the cell membrane. So this is on the outside, so as this glucose travels through here, this is it breaking through to the inside of the cell.
Okay, so the outer cell membrane, is that just the cell membrane?
Correct.
So then on the other side, there's the outer cell membrane, then the cristae.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and in between here, this empty space is the intermembrane space. And inside the cristae is the matrix.
Okay.
And that's the mass inside of the cell. Good question, thank you. All right, class, thanks for participating with me. You guys are great. Thanks for learning about a little bit of what our body does in cellular respiration, and I hope that you'll remember this and think about when it's happening when you breathe.